I've got a business in the NDIS space looking to get some inquiries through the door, however way possible. So I've just finished a bit of a catch up on a game plan of what options that we have, they have, what the competitors are up to, what the cost of entry to market might be. And so here's some rough findings for me to share right now. So first thing I look at is I look at the desirable key terms that would bring value to the business, right? There's thousands of variations of key terms, and it's really important to find the ones with the right intent. There's different types of intent. There is commercial, there's informational, there's lots of different ways that people use words with Google. I'm not much of a wordsmith myself, so I really rely on tools to tell me that NDIS physiotherapist, the intent is I am looking for this particular service. So that was one of the target key terms, and we can see here that term gets searched 350 times a month nationally, and there are 96 ways that term gets used. Maybe it might be free NDIS physiotherapist. It might be NDIS physiotherapist job description, which we obviously don't want. This is really important because this forms a game plan for the SEO as well as the Google ad. I had a look at NDIS physiotherapy, which is now starting to move across to informational intent, meaning it's a mixture. You might be researching what it is. Well, I've been told I need this. Why do I need this? So the intent is different. The cost per click will be different. So out of the two, if the goal is to get inquiries, I'd be paying for this key term. Now, SEMrush has really poor Google Ads data, so ignore what it says here. NDIS psychology, psychologist, once again, psychology, informational intent, psychologist is, hey, I'm ready to roll, book me in kind of thing. Then the next step is I had a look at what Google is saying cost per click is. And so when I see $18, $15, $19, I would say that, I'm just getting a phone call, can I pause this recording? So quick checkout of the terms and how much they would cost. Now these figures, I take them with a grain of salt because commonly Google have a tendency of, well, lying, making stuff up. And what they do, they throw in broad match key terms into this pricing, meaning if NDIS physiotherapist is $50 and then free physiotherapy NDIS services are $1, then the average is somewhere in between, right? So if we remove all the keywords we don't want, the cost per click of terms that actually matter a lot of the time is far higher than what Google is recommending here. They're trying to show us the number that most entices them, that is somewhere somewhat realistic of some traffic on these key terms, but the true keyword that matters is always far higher than that, in my personal experience with the way we run ads. Then I had a look at a few competitors, meaning I had a look at the chunk of the pie, what are the key terms that people are searching, and who is at the top of Google that is currently eating that pie. 325 unique referring domains, powering up a site that gets under 10,000 organic visitors a month that is clearly running Google ads as well. Now, if Ahrefs is picking up paid search key terms, means these ads have been on for a long time. Ahrefs and SEMrush generally have pretty poor Google ads data because most Google ads shouldn't be shown to bots, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff where Google ads generally blocks SEO tools and crawlers to stop them from clicking on the ads and stuff like that, and click fraud. So generally speaking, if I see paid keywords 6 and 19 traffic, like these are not real figures, but it tells me these guys have been running ads for a very long time. And having a look at these paid keywords, this is not a clear indicator of exactly the terms that they're bidding on. These are the ones that the SEO tools have just picked up. Yeah, 100% these are the terms being targeted. This tells me that this is a national company because from Melbourne they rank quite well, but they're targeting Newcastle, Penrith, Campbelltown. And so this was their Google Ads landing page, which, look, if it works for them, good. It means, look, this is not a Google Ads landing page to me. This is their SEO page. It's their services page, which they're actually just running Google Ads traffic to. Is this a good idea? Look, it depends, because if these guys are busy, they're overloaded, they have all the business in the world, this is just how they prefer to run it. If I was to run it, I would much lessen the text on this page. This is SEO text. Google Ads traffic shouldn't hit a wall of text, because if you open up this on mobile, I'm assuming it looks like a wall of text, image, and then another wall of text. And this is the only screenshot I've taken. That's just my 5 cents. But this page ranks very well, so it makes sense. It's got the keywords, it's got the bold, it's got the internal links, it's got the descriptions. They also deconstructed their Facebook ads as well. There's a really cool tool called Facebook Ad Library, where you can spy on competitor ads. There's not much spying because this is all public. The website's literally Facebook Ad Library. People say spying and stealing and stuff like that. It's like, there's the ads that are running. Everything's quite transparent. And the things that I pay attention for here, now these guys have 15 ads, obviously I'm not displaying all the ads, is I look at ads that have been on for a few months. Like this one started running in January 2025. So for 6 months this ad has been running. Safe to say it might be producing some kind of return. And so this is where I'll click the apply now button, and that takes us to not much of a sales page. This just tells me that they have all the inquiries in the world and they're more concentrated on their internal admin, because this is a pretty serious form. In other words, a lot of friction is here. So 5 pages of friction, meaning someone needs to fill out those things before they inquire. And that just tells me that these guys have all the leads they need. If a business is desperate for leads, you should just have 4 questions: name, email, phone number, maybe select are you an NDIS participant or referrer, and that's it. You want to jump on the call and close them, right? Every business is in a different phase. This one here, Better Hab, I discovered that they had a website rebuild in May 2024 and they took a huge hit. I recorded a separate video. Here's the traffic that they basically lost. This list just continues on. These are 679 monthly visitors that were wiped out for this particular keyword when one of the pages wasn't rebuilt. So I looked at the competitors, I looked at their keywords, I looked at their pages. Most importantly, I looked at their backlinks. Physio Inc. 1,100 referring domains. Now I'm just going to make up a figure here, so don't hold me to this. And obviously this requires a lot more calculating and analysis. And if I was to guess what kind of money I would need to fork out for just backlinks to comfortably overtake them, I would say give me 200 to 300 US per a link. That's how much backlinks that are actually valuable and actually bring in juice are worth. So let's say 250 bucks USD per a link times 1,100. That is $275,000. I don't know if this is going to work. Anyway, it's not that hard. Of money that I'd have to fork out for just backlinks. Now, this business has been up since, you can see they kicked something off in 2018. So what's that across whatever that is a month, right? Now, you guys might be saying, oh, Eugene, but not all backlinks are in all shapes and sizes. Yes, you potentially have crappy free direct locations that are 20 cents, but I'm only looking at the referring domains. I'm not looking at the 22,000 backlinks. That is a very conservative figure. Safe to say that out of those 22,000 backlinks, there's going to be quite a few that money can't buy. You've got government sites, you've got news articles that are released that sometimes you can't buy. There's a lot of PR links and stuff like that. So this is just a made up figure, but in a nutshell, I can quickly see these guys are sitting on 30,000 visitors a month, and from a backlink perspective, we'd need some cash to catch them, because that's what it is in SEO. You got to catch them of things that happen on the site, off the site. Then there's brand stuff. Like I looked at compare the market, insurance, health insurance. You've got people from TV that are authors and writers. That's a hard cost of entry. I'm not saying you need to go and do them, just we need to not only catch them on all the SEO things, overtake them, but that you have these additional brand mentions coming from different platforms. It was interesting with this one, out of the five, can you guys even see that? 5 top pages, 3 of them were blogs. That's common. So the blog might be genuinely bringing in leads. That happens a lot, especially if you release an article that is thought leading, insight driven, and you just have people finding them. They've been running a Google ad for a long time. They're targeting Brisbane, Sydney, Newcastle, Subiaco, Perth. This is a national campaign, and we're up against them, right? So the elephant in the room is expectations. Everything here is expectations, because you're going to have agencies that would love to pitch you, sell you a sales rep that will forecast 100 leads, $40 a lead. Yeah, bro, fire it up, see what happens, because that's exactly what this will be. So find someone who has done it, and they can show you what they did and the results that it drove. If it's just a forecast like this, so their experience in that space, we can see Therapy Pro sitting on under 1,000 visitors a month, 98 referring domains. I love seeing this. Definitely overtakeable from an SEO perspective. You can see their geo pages: Ipswich Therapy Services, Townsville Therapy Services. So they've identified that the term therapy services is what they do. I'm learning these key terms, but to me, therapy seems, I'm no wordsmith, but it seems broad, right? Wouldn't you NDIS therapy or something like that? I don't know what I'm talking about. So I did some general NDIS occupational therapy. There's 180 active ads running. Some of these quite old. So June, okay, these are yesterday, but the further down I go, the older the ads are. There were some ads that were up for a year. Hey, it's either they forgot to switch it off and no one really cares, or they're driving some kind of leads. NDIS speech therapy, 130 ads. So what we have here is we can see what the competitors are doing. We can see their landing pages. We can see their general pages. We can see their ads. So someone starting in this space, go and have a look at your competitors, high authority sites, and if you offer the same services, go and create media, get in front of the camera, talk about what you do, and you're not plagiarizing if you write NDIS speech therapy services, 20 years of experience, if that's the truth. Here are my Google reviews, and just run it and see what sticks, especially on Facebook ads. On Google ads, my game plan is always looking like this. We want leads. How do we get leads? We have a rental strategy, meaning paid ads, and we have an ownership strategy, which is SEO. SEO is like buying a house, paying the tax, paying off a mortgage across 30 years, but after 30 years, when you've paid it off, you've got the equity, it's your house, it's bringing in, I wouldn't say it's a return, but the value of ownership is there. Same with SEO. While you never own the top rankings, when you start to get SEO leads and they're just flowing through, sometimes uncontrollably, that's a nice feeling, right? With rental strategies, paid ads, it's just renting the apartment. The moment you stop paying, the moment the ads, basically the leads will dry up. Not straight away, because for the next few weeks, you're probably in people's minds, the leads will keep flowing. But out of the rental strategy, you have Google ads, I call it the tap, where we paid $103,000. This particular one is pest control. Out of the $103,000, we received 8,000 clicks, which equated to over 1,000 inquiries. Cost per click, I don't know why I selected cost per click, is $12. Cost per lead, that makes cost per lead about 100. Facebook ads, you show some media, you try to take the details then and there, and then both of them funnel to a sales landing page. Now this is just a recent audit I did for health insurance. Just looking at just a few competitors, I select definitely a monster in the field. I calculated something like $1.5 million worth of backlinks in just the last 10 years, which is a monster. And this space is filled with questionable tactics, meaning a lot of hidden SEO, where on the surface it appears to look like this iceberg, but underneath it's just all messed up. Very difficult space. Any competitive spaces, look at this. Compare the market is sitting on 1.1, almost a mil traffic from Google, and I select sitting on 300k, and I select sitting on 3,400 referring domains. Compare the market, 4,500 referring domains. And it's like this is like $1.5 million worth of backlinks. Some of those backlinks money just cannot buy. So in a nutshell, you have paid ad strategy, which is let's just deconstruct the ads that the competitors are running and fire up some of ours. There's only a certain amount of ways that you can explain what a plumber or an electrician does. And with SEO, have a look at the top 10, have a look at their links, have a look at their pages, have a look at how big their assets are. That's one of the things I looked at is if you visit any website, let's say this one over here, and you type in site, semicolon, and then the domain, you've got 426 domains, meaning this website is displaying 426 results to Google. Great, let's have a look at those pages. Let's see which ones we need to build, and off we go. Let's go page 6, member Ivana Kruns. Okay, obviously this is some sort of a coordinator, I'm assuming. Page not found. You guys need to fix that. 404, not good. Hey, this was the one that rebuilt the site. This was that site that rebuilt, and gosh, you hope not. There's not many of these pages because that's clearly shown on Google. Did you see that? Random link over member Fiona Turk. Please don't be a 404. Bang! Oh, this is what I mean by a new website goes up and it's got 404 pages. No wonder the traffic looked like. Is it the same site though? Oh, better have different site. Is it different site? Yeah, it is different site. Sorry, but not good. 404 page, not good. Needs to be fixed. I'll send them an email. Hope this helps.